Hey everyone, just a quick announcement. We will not be talking about the recent world records that happened this past weekend because this episode was pre-recorded, so we did not know that they would happen. We will talk about them in the next podcast episode, but for now, enjoy this podcast episode. It was a really fun episode to record, one of my favorite episodes, so stick around. I don't know about these intros anymore. We can't keep.
You're doing it again.
them.
You're doing it. You're doing it again. You're doing it right now. You're doing it. You're not.
Yeah. It's not slick. I try to be
You're-
slick.
You're not smooth whatsoever, man.
In a world full of chaos and confusion, there is only one rule that remains in the cubing community. There are no competitions on Mondays. Today, I am joined by my co-hosts William Clower and Zach Rydell, and today we're going to be discussing the new Clock WCA records, the Tornado V4, a new 4x4 from Moyu. We're going to be running back another segment of Guess the Cuber, and as always, we'll round off this podcast episode with our personal achievements and accomplishments. Hey guys, this is the first time in the history of No Comps on Mondays where we've had the same No, that's not true. The last episode we had the same cast, but
Just a blatant lie.
yeah,
Just a blatant lie.
this episode is already on a really good start. Thanks, guys.
I disagree.
Okay.
But yeah, it's nice being back. It's been like what, 3 episodes since I've been on. I think I was on for
Probably.
episode 2, and now we're on 6.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's chill. I'm tired. I just got home from work, so I'm just
Okay.
easing out.
Yeah.
I
Damn,
also
it's
just
already
yeah.
It's already been 6 episodes?
6 episodes already.
Oh my gosh.
I just got home. I just got home from work. I laid on my bed. I did some overlay edit things, and then now I'm at my desk. So
Nice.
yeah.
I hate you.
My last day of work was yesterday
Ooh,
because
okay.
then I go for college, so I was like, I'm not gonna work this week.
Yeah, that's.
I feel you. I'm working like only a half week this week, and then my work schedule changes because of school. So I'm excited for that.
All right, so let's talk about the clock records that happened this. I think a couple weekends ago at the time of recording. So, or not at the time of recording, the time of uploading. So, the two most notable ones that come up to me are Carter Thomas's NAR average of 2.97 and Vlodomir's world record single of 2.15. So, as a clock man myself, it's great to see that the NAR average is sub-3 because I feel like that was something that could have been accomplished a long time ago. But now it actually happened.
But you didn't do it.
No, I said I feel like this is something that could have been okay. I didn't do it. No, Carter Thomas did. Okay.
The better Carter Thomas.
The better Carter Thomas? Okay, anyway.
Who literally which one of you has NAR?
Yeah, I said I feel like this could have been accomplished a long time ago, not from me, but from someone else. That's what I'm referring to. I cannot get
Not from Carter Thomas, but from Carter Thomas. Yes, correct.
Correct.
Well, there's other people. There's Brendan, Jaden Lynn.
Anyways.
Okay.
So I'd like to talk about the single first.
Oh, yeah.
215. If I can be honest, like I watched the solve, like it didn't seem that fast.
Yeah.
I agree.
Vladimir is gonna like destroy this record as soon as he gets like a half decent like 6 simul or even a 5 simul.
Oh yeah. And correct me if this is wrong, but is this the next record that we could see a second barrier broken, like for a short event?
Yeah, I think everything else has had its barrier broken.
I think so.
All that's really left is we have sub 2 single. We already have sub 3 average. So I think this is like the last big barrier. Let me look at records real quick before I sound like a moron. We do have sub 3 for a 3x3 single as well, but
Oh, that's true.
maybe we're gonna see a race to which one is faster.
I would vote Clock to win by probably a landslide, but um I think with Clock it's also Vodamir's turning as well because I've actually noticed he doesn't do full simuls all the time. Sometimes he pauses a little bit between moves, so maybe that's why it seemed a little slower, but that's just speculation. I think sub 2 will be broken by the end of this year.
Yeah. I know I tried the scramble and I'm obviously not at his speed, but I like to think that I'm good at clock. Um and
Like to.
I could not get like a low 3 on that even. So it's like
Dude,
kind of
I know
crazy
that
to see
feeling.
215. Um I did see a message somewhere and just like stop me if I'm spreading misinformation. Um but he's been kind of experimenting with pseudo 7 simul.
I
So
think that's true.
doing like a setup move to force a 6 simul or like an easier scramble, and apparently he either missed or he just didn't do a really easy pseudo 7 simul on that scramble, which would have made it a 6 simul or a 5 simul. I This is where I don't really remember, but a little interesting that he maybe just didn't go for it. I would like to see how far that gets pushed though, because that's a something like that would be a huge step forward for Clock. New tech that isn't just doing 7 simul differently. They're
Right.
like
True.
actually doing real moves that you have to think about.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Shades of flip.
And if
okay.
I gotta go, Carter.
No, I was saying Zach Shades of whatever. Well, you can go.
Oh, well, if I could jump back to when you said you tried the scramble, and it's like, it's you are good at clock, and it's like one of those things where it's so crazy the difference between being good and being the absolute best. Where, you know, like you can have the same scrambles as someone else, and you can be like, top 50 in the world, top 100, but if they're top 10, it's just a crazy difference sometimes. I feel that with Scube sometimes as well. Just a lot of the fast events
I
that, the solutions are obvious. So it just comes down to like TPS and recognition and all these little quirky tricks that the top 1%, so to say, have.
I think personally, like as a clock solver, that I would say that I am not the best, obviously, but I would say I am more than decent. I think because, but it also just occurs to me too that sometimes the most decent usually do better than the best for themselves because I felt like I did not fit into Narfree. Like, not saying that I had like any imposter syndrome or anything, but it was just very weird seeing me at the time next to Tommy Cherry and Carter Thomas, and then looking back on everyone before me and seeing how, I because I felt like they were better than me. But now I think as time progresses, we're seeing like more people get better results, as you saw Brendan's NAR average, which was covered I think a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, that's just really cool. I would like to move over onto the Carter Thomas NAR average. That was well deserved from him for being the first person to break the sub-free barrier in North America, and after that, after the whole WR thing, it's really cool to see him achieve such a big barrier like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, agreed. I was very excited to see the video and see his reaction. And I'm not disappointed that he like didn't pop off really that hard, but dude's got nerves of steel.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'd be crapping bricks. Like any chance of like potential for something like Nar.
Oh
And then
yeah,
he's just like, "Oh yeah, no, it's sub 3."
Yeah. No, it's really crazy. How,
Seven simul flip. Finally. Like I
yeah.
not finally, but I remember I'll have to find text receipts when like it was first introduced, and I'm like, this seems kind of cool, but I don't know if it's viable. And then like I practiced it for a little bit, and then just gave up. I remember Rafiq Eskandar, the African record holder for clock, was like that method's garbo, and now it holds NAR.
Yeah. Also, side note, 2.97 was NAR single for clock only back in January 2023.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that was.
Like,
Oh
Oh,
no.
average has
yeah.
become single in less than, I guess, a year and a half or so.
293 doesn't even make top player anymore. That's or
Yeah, so
297.
you can get a sub 3 single in clock and not be top 50 in the world, which I think is absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
But
Rate of
it's
change.
whatever.
Rate of change. It's also worth mentioning the South American records that were set this past weekend, I think, as the time of recording. So Santiago set a double South American record this past weekend with a clock average of 373 and a clock single of 306. So that was really impressive. He's from Uruguay. And yeah, I think that was worth mentioning, especially seeing more South American countries get big into the keeping scene because I feel like they're not as big, other than Megamix, obviously. But other than that, yeah, it's interesting to see.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Megaminx is the only world records they've had. Because did Gianfranco get 3x3 blind world records?
Um,
Gianfranco Honky? I don't
Gianfranco.
remember.
I don't know, but they of course he probably doesn't have them now. So
Yeah.
at least at this
It's
time.
still, yeah, it's very impressive. They are making a lot of progress, and I love going on to like Instagram on like the WCA story or whatever, and seeing a bunch of pictures from. They usually actually do have a lot of South American comps covered on there, which I think is really cool.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot of U.S. ones, which I notice a lot. But
Well, I think U.S. comps get enough media coverage from YouTubers and streams at this point, and good stuff.
all right, so let's move on to our next segment, the Tornado V4. This one was interesting. Here's how I found out like officially from like a reliable source. So today I was on Instagram as I sort of am, and I look at someone's post and it says, "Chi, decipher this," or "check out this cipher." So I click on the post, and if you guys haven't seen it already, basically what she did is they took a picture of a keyboard in all black, and they put red caps on some of the keys on there, and they called it a cipher. And I think the keys
I,
were
I, I believe the keys are XMD V4. So X-Man Designs, the parent company of the Tornado line, and then V4 referencing, the fourth installment in the Tornado series. I know the V3 was hyped up for God knows how long, which means we are in for a wait on this one.
Yeah.
Um, but
I yeah.
I'm excited to see the V4. I liked the V3. I mained it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I kind of grew out of it. I'd like to see what they do with it this time.
Oh yeah.
Um, I know you were kind of leading up into it a little bit. Can I complain about the cipher
Yeah.
aspect of this?
Yeah.
Okay, so like it very well might just be like a translation error, but like that ain't a cipher. There's nothing to decipher there. It's literally spelled out for you what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a vouch real quick and shout out an emo band. Crazy segue here.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Captain Jazz. very monumental band in the creation of emo as a genre. They had like a little like an actual cryptography puzzle or cipher for 7 demo CDs of like the band like finally getting back together making new music, and I got one of them and I spent like an hour solving that. And for Chi to be out here and be like, yo, this is a cipher, I hate it. I do wish
Wow.
I wish brands would get a little more creative with releases or teasing. I remember Gan's proven it before. Um, even if maybe Gan didn't do all the work, maybe it was someone else. But when they did, I forget what it was. It was the Gan Cube right after a Felix World Record single. There's a video on DG the Cuber, or
DG the
on
Cuber.
DG Cubes. Wow, my bad. I was thinking DG the artist, and I combined them
Yeah.
both. On his YouTube channel, he solved the cryptography puzzle and like was able to get a free cube from GAN. And I wish companies did that more. I like
I agree.
a little more interaction instead of just the same like, hey, we're maybe making a square one, and then like we hear nothing for 6 months while they release another 3x3.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. I totally agree with you that this is just not straight up just not a cipher. Um, as a computer science, cybersecurity student, I have to study cryptography and stuff like that a lot. And it's so funny to see when like companies and like advertising they try to be really cryptic, but they can't be too cryptic because like they still need enough people to get it. So they always find some like weird middle ground, which is like this strange keyboard thing. And I don't know. I think what you were saying about like what GameCube did with DG, I think that would just be really fun, especially for something as big as like a flagship V4. I think it's just a better promotion.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that I like actually just like complimented GAN on something.
It's okay.
Yeah. Speaking of
They
like,
make a good scoob.
speaking of creative advertising, this wasn't creative, but I remember Moyu made like a ripoff of Lego bricks, and they called them Moyu bricks, and they created this crazy like 10-minute promo video about it. It was really well produced, but it was like it was for such a bad product. I don't know. These companies need to step up their game with advertising, in my opinion.
Okay, we have the new Moyu 4x4 to talk about.
Yeah.
I can chat about that if you want. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
lead
sure.
it. On the topic of new cubes, we did see a post from Moyu 3 days ago on Instagram teasing a new flagship 4x4, potentially seeing a successor in the WRM lineup. I'm looking at it now. I have a WRM, the last one. Um, I can't tell any difference about it. There's no change in like primary internals or anything. Uh, I think the most I see is that they have a dragon scale pattern on the corners to maybe just help with turning, but there's no real teaser here. It's just, hey, we're finally making a new 4x4. Give us more money.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
about time that companies, maybe revisit their big cubes, their flagship big cubes, and maybe update them. So 4x4 is a good place to start.
yeah. I mean, Moyu's been kind of dominant in at least the 6 and 7 market.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the Aoshi, Aofu, and the Meilong 7x7. Um, but when it comes to their 4 and 5 lineup, they're kind of washed out. They
Yeah.
haven't really put out anything. God, how long? The WRM lineup, which was years ago now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I personally still use a Valk 5, so I'm still just kind of
Wow.
waiting for something to be really goated to come out that like deems it so useless to use that, why not get a new 5x5?
Yeah. But as we were talking about, it's just another cycle, I think, of hey, we're teasing this, and radio silence for a couple months, and then teasing something completely different, and the cycle just restarts.
And
It's
then
like
one
what
day
video
it
game
shows up on the
companies do.
cubicle. So that's
Yeah, if I like, I know I have my gripes with it. I do, but Diansheng handled the whole FTO thing incredibly well on their end. Um, like constant marketing about it. They sent out early prototypes to a bunch of people and had them make videos on it. It got put up for sale relatively quickly. Like I can't imagine it's that hard to do for like normal cubes.
I
yeah.
honestly think, at least with like, maybe not so much this 4x4, but at least with the Tornado V4, it's like maybe they like just now decided to make a V4, and now and then they're like, we'll post about it, but we haven't made it yet.
I can't imagine that they're like doing anything but like developing or like constantly
Sure,
creating a new product.
but maybe don't leak it until, I don't know, development phase is closer to being over. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these companies like I you don't really need to build that much hype around your cube. Like
True.
it's not
Yeah.
like I know I'm super into like sneakers and stuff, or at least I was. And building hype around a release, like maybe like a limited collab was like important and like building up hype for the key or for the shoe. But for a cube, like if it's good, people will buy it. And then like that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to it. Like maybe post a couple pictures, but people just like they'll see, oh, what's that 4x4? I haven't seen that before. Oh, it's the new Moyu one. Oh, can I try it? Yeah, sure. And then they go home and buy it. Like
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot really to market, and yet they're still doing a bad job at it.
Like, yeah. I don't know. It reminds me a lot of like video games. It's like cubes are not GTA 6. I'm sorry. Does not need to happen. Just release it.
I could make so many like blank before GTA 6 like cubing related sentences right now, but I won't. I won't.
Man, we got GTA 5 before GTA 6.
No way.
You're so funny.
Well, now that we have talked about the new cube releases, we're going to move on to our second time doing our Guess the Cuber segment. If you did not see last time, then go check that out. But this time, we've got Zach on it, and that is going to be loads of fun. So let's get right into it.
Who goes
Alright,
first?
I not to shoo my way in as the guest, but I will go first if that's cool with you guys. I got
Of
someone
course.
already lined up.
Okay. Who's going second?
I guess I can go second.
Okay. I will go last, as I did before. Okay. So, the rules are top 25 in the world, unless it's really easy to guess. Okay, Zach, who is your cuber? Or, wait, no, I can't, wait.
I was gonna say that defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, okay, alright. Alright, Will, I'll let you ask a question first, Will.
Okay. Does your cuber main an end by end event?
It's weird. I don't know if they really have a main event per se.
Okay.
Or if they
So it's an all.
it's weird. Well, I'm leaning more towards they are an all rounder.
Okay.
Is your cuber Tommy Cherry?
It is not Tommy Cherry.
Okay.
Bro, what?
Going for the snipe is crazy.
It would have been so funny.
Okay. Is your cuber from a primarily English-speaking country?
Yes, they are.
Okay, because I wanted to include Australia.
Is your cuber from America?
They are from America.
Okay.
Okay.
And now Will's question was pointless.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. By America, do you mean the United States of America?
I do mean the United States
Okay,
of
because
America, yeah.
last episode Carter was being very stingy with
Oh
Specific question.
God.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Zach, is your cuber Stanley Chapel?
My cuber is not Stanley Chapel.
I feel like you could say Stanley has a main event, but okay. Okay. Is your cuber top 25 in multiple events?
They are not top 25 in any event.
What?
Okay, so then they have to be well known.
Does your cuber primarily make YouTube videos?
They do not.
Okay.
Did your cuber make any finals at North American Champs 2024?
2024? No. They were not in attendance.
Oh,
What? Okay. All rounder.
I know my next question then.
That did not attend. Did your cuber, or has your cuber competed since the COVID-19 pandemic?
They have.
Okay.
They have competed.
Is your cuber from the East Coast?
They are on the East Coast, yes.
Ooh.
Feel free to ask about like specific times or PRs or rankings or anything.
Well, they're usually supposed to be yes or no questions, but yeah.
Oh, okay, well, you could still ask about. Because I feel like their rankings and results are very interesting for
Okay.
who they are.
It's my question, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is your cuber from New Jersey?
They are not from New Jersey, thank God.
Okay. All right. I hate you. Okay.
Do you know if we have all been to a competition with this cuber?
God, have you? Yes, you have.
Oh boy, so it's probably a while ago. Oh, okay. It was probably like Nats 2019 or something.
I don't know if Carter's got it locked in.
I feel like I know this, but I have to ask a question that makes it like not obvious to Will. Is your cuber from the DMV?
They are not from the DMV.
What?
Or
Oh,
okay.
okay.
They are not from the DMV.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that question was eliminated when he had to check if I have been to a comp with them.
I'm gonna put an asterisk around that though. Like so I don't get chewed out about it later.
Sure.
Wait a second.
So
I may have given it away with that one though.
You may.
So
Depends on how much you know.
an all-rounder from like the New England Northeast area. No, because I feel like Evan Lou means clock. I'm not gonna guess Evan. Is your cuber has your cuber does your cuber have a WCID that is pre 2017?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Wait, I know this.
That helps out so much.
I know this. Is your cuber... I'm gonna go on a complete limb. I feel so bad if I get this right. Is your cuber Evan Lou?
My cuber is Evan Lou.
I knew it! I knew it! Yes! Okay.
So we're gonna get into two things first. Because I feel bad immediately for Will.
No.
Evan, I don't think Evan really does clock as much anymore. It's just he is still good at it.
Yeah. No, I would consider him an all-rounder too.
Yeah, I don't know if he really focuses on any of them. But he does do some of the end by ends, like 6 and 7. So, and then also my asterisk by the DMV question, he is from Virginia. So he is from the DMV, but like no, like you don't think of him as from the DMV.
Yeah. That
I feel like his results and like his PRs is very interesting to look at, and like if you looked at it, you probably would not be able to guess who it is, or at the very least you wouldn't guess Evan Lou right off the bat.
That's very fair.
Shout out my boy.
Okay. Will,
My
who is
gosh.
who is okay, you're gonna go second.
My cuber is Eric Sue.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really hope
That's
your
a
cuber is
bit.
not
That's a bit, right?
I really hope you don't like trick us later and it's actually Eric Sue because it would
God.
Oh man, okay. Uh Zach, do you want to ask the first question?
I'll have you ask the first question,
Okay.
so I can go for a snipe, possibly.
Is your cuber Eric Sue?
Damn it.
No.
All right. All right. You're not that lame. Okay.
All right. Is your cuber from the Mid-Atlantic region?
Give me 1 second on that. Give me
All
1
right.
second on that.
Hmm.
I just,
Are they currently active in the Mid-Atlantic region?
Yes.
Okay.
Does your cuber main free by free?
No.
Okay.
Does your cuber have a top 25 ranking? If so, how many?
I would answer just the top 25 ranking.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, is from the Mid-Atlantic region. To answer your first question, because I feel like I needed to check that. So not only active, but is from Mid-Atlantic region.
Okay. And then, do they have a top 25 result?
Yes.
Okay. Huh. Does your cuber main a side event?
List out what you would define as side events.
Anything that isn't an N by N. Or N by N related.
Or N by N. Okay, you gotta expand on that.
Like, blind events.
Like no blinds.
No blind events, no FMC.
So
no
blind events are not side events?
Yes. Side events would be clock of Megabanks.
Side events are clock of Megabanks. They do not mean a side event.
Okay.
All right. But before I ask, can I ask, do you know what state this cuber resides in?
Yes, I went on Cubing USA.
Okay. Are they from New York?
Yes, and now I feel like you're gonna know.
Oh, okay. Well, someone who does not main side events who is a... Ooh.
That's funny. We both chose New York cubers.
This one's a little weird.
This one's kind of difficult.
Does not main... I'm like thinking about cubers that live in New York because there's not that many, if I'm gonna be completely honest. So your cuber has a top... Does your cuber have multiple top 25 results?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that also mean like currently they have more than one. Okay. Phew. All right, that took out one of my guesses.
Multiple top 25 results.
Give me a moment.
Multiple top 25 results in New York.
God, who's goated?
Who is...
Oh,
Sorry,
I know who's goated.
Oh boy.
I know who's goated.
Oh no.
Carter,
Will
you gotta
Clower.
snipe it. Carter, you gotta snipe it.
Will Clower, is your cuber Ro Hessler?
My cuber is Ro Hessler.
Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
That's a wild pick. I like
that's a good one.
He's
That's a good one.
I mean, he was at Quiet in the Rotunda, which I was literally at last weekend, so. I judged the end of his multi-blind attempt, so he was still pretty fresh in my mind.
That makes sense.
I was on the lead of I was thinking Aiden Dincher at the start.
Me too.
So
Cube head.
you what?
Yeah, because he has like the good scoop result.
I thought you said cube head and not
No,
scube
it's
head, and I'm just
cube.
like,
Yo.
how does cube head fall into this?
No, because I low-key did not know that he was top 25 and 5 blind as well. So
Okay. So I'm gonna I guess it's my turn. Ask away. This one's gonna be a fun one.
I went second, so I'll go first this time.
yeah.
Are they from North America?
No.
Okay, so they're not a New York cuber.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Gonna close out of cubing
Are
USA.
they from Europe?
Yes.
Alright.
All right. Do they have a top 25 result?
In the world, I don't think so. No.
What? You? It was your own rule.
Yeah, I know. Top 25 result in the world. I'm assuming you're asking in the world, and I'm very sure the result is no.
Okay.
Now I can't use any rankings page.
Yeah.
As I said in the rules, it's either top 25 result or they have to be very well known.
Right. Okay, so is your cuber cube head?
Hey guys, so
Don't tell me
this
it's actually
podcast-
cube head.
I would like to
No.
interrupt this episode by promoting our new jerseys you can
What
buy
is
on
this?
clickystudios.com on the jersey tab. DM us on Instagram if you want them customized on the back. Thank you to everyone who's ordered the jerseys. But yeah, my cuber is Cubehead. I was trying to be sneaky with that one.
We like put effort into ours. Like, this is a cuber that like might fall under the radar, but like you still know them. And then you're just like, yeah, it's like this is a European, but like they aren't like that fast. And there's like 3 Europeans that fit that category.
Not to mention that Zach literally just mentioned Cubehead when he thought I said that.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
what made me choose Cubehead.
Dude, you can't. Okay, we're redoing this. Choose a different cuber.
Choose a different
that-
cuber?
that's
Fine.
scuffed.
Fine.
That's scuffed.
Fine. Okay. Are they? I just gotta double check if they're top 25. Oh yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's run it back.
All right, Zach. First question.
All right. Is your cuber Milan Stroif?
No. I hate you so much.
Potential snipe of the century right there.
What if we just did snipes?
We aren't doing snipes. We aren't doing a snipes
No.
only round.
No, that would
not?
be torture.
Why not?
No, we're not doing this. Just
Is your
shut
cuber
up and
Yu Da
move on. Move on, please.
Is your cuber Yu Da Hyun?
No, and stop sniping.
Okay. Is your cuber from North America?
Yeah.
Is your cuber Elijah Rain Phelps?
No, and stop. I told you already. Stop.
Is your cuber from the Great Lakes? Actually, I don't know what states those are. Are they from the Mid-Atlantic region?
No.
Now I gotta pull up a regions map. Damn it.
Okay.
Is your cuber from PNW?
No.
Is your competitor from the West region?
Yes.
Okay. Is your cuber from California?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would assume so, looking at that map.
Does your cuber have any world records?
Now? No.
He had to check if they were top 25, so I would assume not. Is your cuber main and N by N?
Main and N by N. I would say no.
You would
Shot
say.
in the dark here. Is your cuber Elijah Brown?
No, but I do appreciate that guess. That would have been
That's
a good keyword to
pretty
guess.
good. Doesn't mean an N by N. Does your cube remain clock, Carter?
No. You thought.
Okay.
You thought. No.
I was worried.
Yeah. I knew you were.
Ooh. But now it's a debate if they do main clock.
Well, I just asked if they do.
What? No, cause yeah. I'll at least get it out of the way. Is your cuber Brendan Donegan?
No.
I was
Okay.
also going to guess that.
And I would say he mains. That's one of his main events. So I would say yes. I would say if it was Brendan
Okay,
Donegan.
okay. That's fair. Does your cuber main a side event?
As my definition, from my definition before, I would say so. Yes.
Either the round one or the pointy ones.
Yeah.
So
Sure. Yeah.
okay.
Well, there's a cube one. There's two cube ones. So.
Square one's a cuboid and Scube is silly.
Okay. Okay. Just move on. Move on.
Is your cuber listed on Cubing USA as from California, but in reality listed on WCA as from a completely different country?
I believe so. I gotta double check that.
Okay, then I know who they are.
Wait, they are a different country on the WCA?
Yes, but on Cubing USA they're listed as California.
Is your cuber mini?
Yes. Yeah.
Green.
Zach stole it from Will.
All right.
I was thinking, but I thought you said that they had a world record.
I said they didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I misheard you.
I got scared for a second. I thought this was gonna be another debate from the other controversy last episode, but that happened. Yeah, that was a really stupid segment. Let's not do it again.
I shouldn't have asked such a specific question. I should have just gone for it. Whatever.
Yeah, that's usually.
I was gonna say because that was like, who else falls under? Well, there's like. Okay, there's a couple others, but like we're all thinking of
California specifically. No, I don't think so.
There are a few other Korean cubers in Cali.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, let's round off this podcast episode with our personal cubing achievements and our recent accomplishments. Zach, since you are our quote unquote guest for today, what have you been doing these past 2 weeks?
I have been working. I have a real job.
Okay.
And it's tight. I did get a square one PB average yesterday, 567 average of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I saw.
Which the video will be up on my channel whenever I edit it.
Ayo.
Not on cam, but just the recons of it.
That's right.
Nothing else interesting. I hate cubing. Off to Will.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I did not have a great quiet in the rotunda because I DNF'd all my 4 blind attempts, 3 blind attempts, and multi-attempt. But, we get right back at it. Next day, first ever 4 blind success. Just like that. And I was really happy with that. So now I'm not going to be doing 4 blind until the next time I compete, which will be fun. What else happened? I won the Mid-Atlantic Discord weekly comp for Scube, which I wasn't surprised because I didn't think anyone else in the region that was fast was going to do it. Yeah, I don't know. One looking is going to happen. Just still working out other stuff in life, like moving into college and all that. So we'll see about that. And not too much else has been happening. I got a PB Pyramid single the other day. It was 0.90 or something like that, which was pretty funny. It was a really dumb scramble, obviously, but yeah, that is about it.
Okay, yeah. So I guess what I've been working on, I've been mostly working on the New England Championship live stream, which, by the way, by the time this publishes, it's already done. So sorry, guys, but you might see like a highlight reel or something. But other than that, I have been working on the graphics for those. You guys already saw the new graphics for that stream. I've been mainly doing a lot of Clicky Studios work. We recorded the GeoGuessr episode. It's really fun. There's going to be more shorts coming out from that because the UCLA one did really well. And the guy who asked that question was actually I don't want to say anything about that. But
can you wait? Will you do censoring? Like, will you put like a bleep sound effect if I swear?
Sure.
That guy was a moron.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, that's happening, and I guess just as like a secret thing for the podcast here, I am working on a behind the scenes video for Clicky Studios. So I am documenting my journey through creating a competition live stream.
The hellscape that is New Jersey.
Yeah, and Rhode Island. Because I'm
yucky
to Rhode Island.
I forgot.
So.
I forgot it there.
Yeah, it's gonna be like half behind the scenes and half a vlog, but it'll be really fun. So we'll go look at that. Anyway, yeah, that's what I've been doing in terms of Clicky Studios. In terms of cubing, I was gone for a week on vacation, so I have to go back into the grind. I'm going back into clock, I guess the new records were motivating, and I am trying to get back into Mega because I do want that New England champ win, which may or may not have happened. I don't know. You guys will know by the time this podcast comes out. But yeah, really, really good stuff. Today we talked about the clock records, including the clock world record single, the clock NAR average, and the clock SAR single and average. We talked about the Tornado V4 and that weird cipher thing from Chi. We talked about the new Moyu 4x4 that's coming out who knows when. We guessed the Cuber, and that was really fun. And then okay, and thanks. And anyway, we rounded off the podcast, as we always do, with our personal cubing achievements. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to buy your jerseys at clickystudios.com. And as always, there are no competitions on Mondays. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next Monday.